Hi, welcome to another episode of Amputee Outdoors. I'm your host Glenn. Today we're going to talk about the 7 things that you as an amputee, and this is specific for those of us that are amputees, need to do before you hit the trails, go out hiking, backpacking, camping, etc. So stand by, we'll get this all set up here. Hi. So I've got a lot of videos out there, you've probably seen a bunch of them, and interspersed in all those videos is little bits and pieces of advice about things you should do as an amputee when you go hiking. I apologize for the noise in the background. They're doing a bicycle event here at the Sammamish Park, and so you can hear the guy back there. And some of my friends I got together with, Scott, Mike, Malcolm, and Steve, I think was there too, yeah. And they said, you know what you should do? You should put all those bits and pieces of advice into one video together. I thought, you know, that's a really good idea, so I'm going to do that. So these are the 7 things that amputees should do before they go out hiking. This is my advice, and if you've got some advice of your own, I'd like to hear about it, okay? All right, so let's get started. Number 1, check with your doctor, check with your prosthesist, okay? You may have other medical issues going on besides being an amputee that you need to account for. Check with your doctor about those. Your doctor may want to say to you, like, hey, you know what? I don't think you should do Mount Rainier this weekend. Not just yet. Work your way up, all right? So check with your doctor. Check with your prosthesist. Is your prosthetic strong enough for this? Is it the right kind of prosthetic? Is your socket the right fitting? Is your skin on your in your stump healthy enough for this? Do you have any issues about your socket or your stump or the ankle or the foot that need to address before you try and do something like hiking up a hill? Okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, I wrote these all down so I don't forget them. Footwear. Okay, we're going to start with the footwear on your skin. Footwear on your skin, also known as socks. Socks are very, very important, not for your prosthetic foot so much as they are for your biological foot. The last thing you want if you're out hiking as an amputee is to get a blister, either on your stump or on your foot. So on your foot, your biological foot, you're going to be miserable. Okay, you've got enough problems as it is. You don't need another one on the other foot. Okay, so what you want to do is thin over skin, thick over thin. Those of you who've been in the military, you've probably heard this before. I did when I was in boot camp. You have a thin sock. You can get professional hiking socks that are thin like this, or a dress sock will work just as well. And then you get yourself something like a merino wool or other kind of sock that you can wear over the thin sock. You do not want to wear cotton athletic socks when you're going hiking. You don't want cotton athletic socks when you go hiking. They will cause blisters, okay? The idea with thin over skin, thick over thin, is that as the sock rubs when you're hiking, it rubs against the thin sock, not your skin. Your skin is preserved from that rubbing action because of the thin sock, okay? So thin over skin, thick over thin. The other part of footwear, your boots. Now you guys have seen me hiking in boots like this before, okay? These look like military boots because they are military boots. I know for you ultra light hikers, you're looking at this thing thinking, oh my gosh, why would you wear 20 pounds of boot on your feet? They don't quite weigh 20 pounds, but yes, these are not light boots. You can get lighter boots, and what you're looking for, whether it's a light boot or a heavy boot, is this ankle support, okay? On your biological leg, you want as much ankle support and as firm as you can get it, okay? When we're hiking over rough terrain as amputees, we're relying on that biological ankle a lot. It's got to be supported. You've got to have the support there so that it can compensate for the fact that your right ankle can't do certain things the biological ankle can, okay? You want ankle support, okay? It's a very crucial thing. All right, number 3, which would be a prosthetic cover, okay? This is something I've started doing recently because one of the problems I had when I'm out on the trails is getting dust, dirt, grime, twigs even, into my socket. Miserable, miserable situation. You don't want that. What you want to do is have a sleeve like this that goes and covers up over the socket. You can get fancy ones, and there's a company that does these. I forget who they are, but if I can find them again, I'll put it in the notes or the show more, see more section of this video. They look kind of like this. They're kind of an elastic material. elastic at the end, like this. You fit it over your socket and then over your stump so that it prevents stuff from getting inside your socket. You can make your own too if you've got access to a sewing machine, you know what to do. My mother made this one, similar kind of thing. It fits over the socket at this end and my leg at this end here. Okay. All right, the next thing is number 4, hiking and trekking poles. Those of you who have seen my videos know that I have a great fondness for my ski poles, mostly because of the cost, because these only cost me $6 at a thrift store. Then they've got shock absorbers at the end, and those who have got eagle eyes have already noted the fact that there is duct tape on each of these right here, okay? You always want to carry duct tape with you. Anyway, hiking and trekking poles are a crucial thing for us amputees when we go hiking. We want to maintain our balance, and that's what these do. They help keep your balance, okay? They help keep you sturdy and steady on those rocky, rough terrain that slopes one way or the other or is uneven. These are crucial to being able to maintain good, stable balance. Going uphill, flat, you'll definitely want to use them. Where they come in really handy though is when you're going back downhill. Now the thing with a prosthetic foot, it's great on level ground. Bit more work going uphill, but when it comes to downhill, the prosthetic foot invariably wants to go faster than you're comfortable with, all right? So this is why you have trekking poles or hiking poles. You're going to use these poles to control your speed as you're going downhill and to control your balance as you go downhill. Because the foot will want to go faster than you may be comfortable with. So that's what these are for, okay? All right. That was number 4. Number 5, extra socks for your liner. You probably carry these around with you anyway. And when you go out hiking, camping, backpacking, you're definitely going to need them because whatever sock you are wearing is going to get compressed. Your line is going to be compressed. Your stump will shrink down in size. And you will need the extra liners for your stump to pad it out a little bit more, okay? Because you will compress those. May not happen the first mile, but it will happen, and you will want these. So always carry a couple of extra, 3-ply, 5-ply, whatever you need. Number 6. This is my 10 essentials bag, and if you're going out camping and backpacking, you always have your 10 essentials, okay? You can look those up online and see what those are. But for us amputees, there's one extra thing that you should carry in your essentials bag. Wipes. These are antibacterial wipes, killed 99.99% of germs. Excellent, that's what you want. Baby wipes also work, but you definitely want to have these. If you're going out camping and backpacking, at the end of the day, you're going to want to get your stump off, get your socket off, get your liner off, and you're going to want to wipe everything down, your whole stump, clean it. Your liner, you're going to want to turn it inside out and clean it off with these things. You're going to want to do that, let it air dry, and you're going to do that every single day. Sometimes it's a really, really hot day and you're sweating a lot. You're going to want to do this even before you get to bed at night. When you get to the campsite, the first thing you want to do maybe is get that liner off, get these out, and wipe everything down. A sweaty stump that's built up dead skin tissue, sweat, and things like that, that's a recipe for sores and infections. You do not want that. These are what you want. Clean your stump, clean your liner. All right? That was number, what, 6? So, number 7 of the things that amputees should have or do before they go out hiking is work your way up, okay? For us amputees, we go to PT, we do a lot of work, we build ourselves up, and then we think, we're doing good, we're doing good. I can walk around the mall. Okay, that's walking around the mall. If you're an amputee and you're going out and doing something a little bit more than just going around the mall, you're going to want to work your way up there. You want to do walks around the park. You want to do a small 1-mile hike around the neighborhood. You want to do a small 1-mile hike into the hills a little bit, where it's not too much of an incline, not too much of a decline, and the path is fairly easy. You want to work your way up in stages, okay? You don't want to just go straight out there to the first mountain you find and go walking up it. Work your way up, okay? All right, so to recap. Number 1, check with your prosthesis, check with your doctor. Number 2, footwear. You want ankle support and you want thin over skin, thick over thin. Number 3, prosthetic cover to make sure that you don't get dirt, grime, and grit inside your socket. That's something you definitely want to avoid. Number 4, hiking and trekking poles. Very important for balance and control for us amputees. Number 5, extra liners for your stump and for your liner. Because you're going to pack them down, you want to be able to pack it back out again to give you that cushion. Number 6, wipes. You want the wipes to clean off your stump and to clean your liner when you get done with each day of hiking. And number 7, work your way up. Take yourself in stages, build your confidence, build your skill, build your abilities, build your enjoyment of it as well, because you will enjoy it. Trust me, even on those days when it's like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted, but you've hiked up somewhere, you see a beautiful view, and if you've seen my videos, you've seen some of these views, and you think to yourself, I did this, I got myself up here, you will love it, okay? All right, so hopefully those 7 points of advice are useful to you, and you can use them next time you're deciding to go out into the woods. And if you have advice for me, I would like to hear about it. If you're a prosthesist or someone that deals with amputees as well, and you have advice that you could give me, please tell me about it, and maybe I can get into another video and get that word out to other amputees, okay? All right, so hopefully all this is going to help you, and hopefully I will see you out on the trail hiking along with other amputees. Talk to you later.